Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a great night tonight. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, I make videos for NFL. All of these videos get posted on this subreddit. My NFL video is already up for this Sunday championship round. And then this NBA video will get posted on this subreddit. It's called DF Sports. You can ask me questions. You can talk strategy. A lot of people talk strategy here. I post updates with all the news that comes out. You can ask me questions. I'll always reply to you. So really good place to be if that's something you're interested in. Definitely check out the Reddit. Also, if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at Tori Langley 1992 on Reddit. So let's take a look at my lineups from today. So I got dusted on the main slate. I went with Darius Garland, Josh Giddey, Karis LeVert, Brendan Clark, Rudy Gobert, Fred VanVleet, Chetty. This guy, man. This guy. And Jared Allen. So the core that I have for today was Darius Garland, smash. Karis LeVert, bust. Fred VanVleet, smash. Jared Allen, so. 2 out of 4 on the core. Rounded out my lineup with Josh Giddey. I finally buy into Josh Giddey. Breaking the slate every day. Floor game. I thought it was a better opportunity to go to Giddey over Shai. I thought that Cleveland would do a better job of defending Shai, which would leave opportunities for Giddey. I know the rebounding definitely hurts in this matchup, but I thought it was an okay contrarian play, and it just fucked me. So, nothing I can do about it. And this guy, man, this guy pisses me off. Beyond no belief, this guy pisses me off. I'm done with him. Probably going to play him tomorrow, but I'm done with him. Done with him until tomorrow. Fred VanVleet was phenomenal. I told everyone, get Fred VanVleet in your lineups tonight. He absolutely smashed, and then Chetty just barely played. You had no Ricky Rubio, no Kevin Love, no Donovan Mitchell, and Chetty just doesn't play. You're playing Dean Wade over Chetty Osman. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. So, cross off that day. I played Showdown for the first time in a while, and what do you know? I shipped the Showdown slate. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Kind of want to see what the second guy had. Man, that sucks. You get second place and you only get $80 because my lineup was duped 5 times. But I went with Steph Curry captain, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Klay Thompson, Precious Achiuwa, and Chris Boucher. Curious to see if this would have been the large field one. I'm gonna check after this video is over. But really good day, really good day. With these Showdown binks, so can't complain. Definitely can't complain. Definitely ran a little bit hot with OG Anunoby getting injured. That allowed Precious Achiuwa to move into the starting lineup and absolutely smash at only 40% ownership. And I was really shocked with Chris Boucher's ownership. He's played 23, 22, and 19 minutes the last 3 games. Phenomenal point per minute guy. He was only 3,400. I was shocked that more people didn't go to Chris Boucher. I was absolutely shocked by it. Yeah, got the binker. I'm going to be sad if it shipped like the 20K or whatever, but really good night overall. I hope you guys had a great night as well. So let's go over this, I believe, 8-game slate. No, 9-game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. La-di-da-di-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. Alright, let's go over the slate. So, Chicago to Orlando. Good spot here for Chicago. I don't like any of them, but they're all fine GPP plays. Same analysis as always. Levine, Vooch, DeRozan, I think they're all priced correctly Trying to figure out which one's going to have the big game is terrorizing. I think Zach LaVine probably has the best outcome to do so given the matchup. So LaVine probably my favorite, also has that shooting guard eligibility. But all just GPP only plays. Patrick Williams more out there for his defense, but he'll play around 30 minutes. I don't think we need to go there on this slate. I was so happy that the Alex Caruso chalk got punished last slate. I thought it was one of the worst plays on the slate, and he was like 40% owned. I'm just so happy that the chalk Caruso people got punished. Unless you guys played him, then I wanted him to smash. But Caruso, I don't know, man. I don't think we need to go there. They're playing Io. They're playing Kobe. It's a three-headed monster at guard. I just don't think we need to go there. But he is playable. A guy that can stuff the stat sheet. Good defender. Can get those defensive stats. If you want to go there, it's fine. But we're going to have much, much better value in the later games that I'll go over in a little bit. Like in this Houston game, we could have some value. In the Dallas game, we have value. In the Toronto game, we have value. In Portland, we could have some value. So I don't think it's necessary to go to these types of guys. On the Orlando side, so it's a good spot here. If you want to go to a contrarian Banchero at 7.1K, I wouldn't hate you for it. Probably plays mid 30s minutes if the game stays close. Seems like an okay option to me. Franz, Wanacar Jr., no thank you. I think they're more priced appropriately. Wanacar Jr., I definitely do prefer to Franz. But there's fine. Fultz, high ceiling, very, very low floor, extremely frustrating roster. Don't love it. Cole Anthony had a decent game tonight. Probably plays 25 minutes. I think he's priced appropriately now that he's back up to 5K. And then I'm not going to touch Gary Harris or Bol Bol. I don't know what they're doing with Bol Bol. I really don't get it. Makes absolutely no sense. Play Bol more. So on the Houston side, it's a phenomenal spot going up against Detroit. We have no Kevin Porter Jr., no Jalen Green. I think Sengun looks amazing. I don't care about the price. They're running their offense through him. He's basically a mini Sabonis. No Jalen Green now, so they're going to run their offense even more through him. And if this game stays close, he's playing close to 40 minutes. So I think Sengun 8.8K still looks really good to me. KJ Martin probably plays around 30 minutes. Seems like a super safe play. No Jalen Green also does get a usage bump, so I don't mind it. Jabari Smith seems like a super safe option as well. They just seem safe. Like, they're not priorities for me, but they're definitely solid. Gonna have to monitor the starting lineup. Like, Eric Gordon's gonna start, Jabari's gonna start, KD Martin's gonna start, Sengun's gonna start. Who are they gonna start at the point? Do they start Christopher? Do they start Ty Washington Jr.? I have no idea, so that's gonna be a wait and see approach. But regardless, no Green, no Kevin Porter Jr. You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I think Eric Gordon's a pretty good value play. Especially they could slide him to the point, I think, as well. We'll see. But definitely gets a huge usage bump with those guys out. So I think Eric Gordon looks like a pretty good value play on this slate. Tate probably plays around 20 minutes off the bench, playable value. Terry Eason probably plays 20 minutes off the bench, maybe a little bit more. Always interested in him for GPPs. And then whoever starts at the point, I'm gonna like for value. Whether that's like a Dyshawn Nix, super low usage. Like, this guy was really good in Summer League and won me a bunch of money, but this dude played 36 minutes, went for 5 fantasy points. So that is definitely in the range of outcomes. I would prefer Tai to start, but we'll see. Whoever they start's definitely going to be a playable value at the flat, man. They can do a number of things, so I don't even think it's a lock for Knicks or Tai to start. They could start Christopher at the point. If Christopher starts at the point, I'm going to like him a lot, but only played 19 minutes last game. Just a wait and see approach with who they start at the point. On to the Detroit side, so I don't know what that was, but we didn't get a Detroit lineup until like 2 minutes before lock, and they started Alec Burks. Killian Hayes, I believe, was on the bench. Let's take a look. So they started Burks, Bay, Duran, Ivy, Bojan. Killian came off the bench. Stewart came off the bench, didn't play too much. Livers played 22 minutes, and Diallo played 19. So, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like Bojan's always playable, but I think he's a little bit overpriced. Definitely has been their best player this season. Probably plays close to around 30 minutes. I think he's okay. Jaden Ivey at 6.5K has a ceiling, but I don't like the price tag. Killian Hayes, fine option. Don't love it if he's coming off the bench. Bay, this guy just causes me immense amounts of pain, but is playable. With Stewart back, I'm probably off Duran at 5.4K, plays less minutes with him back. And then if Burks comes off the bench, I don't have too much interest, but if he starts again, I'm going to really like Burks at 4.5K, good point per minute guy. I'll have the ball in his hands a decent amount as well. Like if we're going to get 30 minutes from Burks again if he starts, very, very good value play. So monitor the starting lineup for Detroit. Gonna like Burks quite a bit if he starts. I don't think I can go to anyone else, so let's move on to the Clippers. So good spot here for the Clippers. Kawhi, more of just a GPP play. I still think he's a little bit overpriced. I think Paul George stands out as a pretty good play here once again. He was chalky this slate. I think he'll be pretty chalky tomorrow. It just seems too cheap. And they're going to play huge minutes if this game stays close, which I think it will. Good matchup against Atlanta. I think I'm not scared of anyone who they put up on him. I think, 8.7K just seems a little bit too cheap. But he'll be popular tomorrow, but for good reason. But Paul George definitely looks like a pretty good spend up at 8.7K. Norman Powell's minutes are down on a downtrend with Kawhi and Paul George healthy. So I'm gonna wait and see until his price comes down, but does have a ceiling, probably plays over 20 minutes. I just think 5.8K is a little bit pricey. This guy, man, this guy is so up and down. If you want the headache, be my guest. He does have 40 fantasy point upside, but more often than not, he is going to kill you with one, Ty Lue being his coach, two, foul trouble, three, minutes all over the place. Morris, no thank you. If Morris is out, you can look to guys like Batum. Kennard started but barely played, so probably wouldn't go there. Reggie playing well off the bench, but minutes always in question as well. So for me personally, it's just Paul George on the Clippers. Let's move over to the Atlanta Hawks. So not much. I mean, you have Capella back, you have a Congo healthy, you have Trey Young back. So there's just not much. Really tough spot against the Clippers. So I'm not too interested in this Atlanta team tomorrow, but they're in play for GPPs. I assume Trey, DeJounte Murray are both going to be pretty low owned tomorrow. They're running a tight rotation. Like you're probably going to see 40 minutes from both, like 38 plus from both. Definitely have interest. Both have a ceiling. I think Trey's safer, but I think DeJounte Murray has similar upside. So I'd lean DeJounte over Trey for the discount. With the bigs, I just have no interest. Like Capella had a big game in limited minutes, but Kongu, him, gonna split the center minutes. I think 5.9K is a little bit pricey, but a fine play. Collins at 6K, he'll play huge minutes. Seems okay. A Kongu still a little bit pricey. He needs to go back to that like 4K range, and I'm not gonna play anyone else. Porzingis doubtful. Yep. So Kuzma, I still think he's in play, even at 9K. They're running their offense through him right now. Bradley Beal isn't playing a ton of minutes, so you're gonna have a ton of minutes of Kyle Kuzma with no Beal on the court, with this team to himself. So we can just take a look here, and I'll show you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. That Kuzma's playing a lot without Beal. So let's take a look. So Kuzma comes back in. Beal's off the court. And then Beal comes back in and Kuzma's off the court. Start the second half, Kuzma, him together, Beal comes off. Kuzma has about 8 minutes to himself with no Bradley Beal. So I don't think the field is going to really recognize this, but you guys know your boy. I look at rotations after every night. So I still think he's firmly in play even at 9.1K. He's playing a ton without Beal. He's probably playing around 15-ish minutes without Beal right now. So I still think he's solid even at 9.1K. Beal, minutes, only playing around 30 minutes, just a GPP only play. He's been awful. He's just been god awful. Morris seems like a safe play. Daniel Gafford managed to stay out of foul trouble, but when I play him, fouls out in 19 minutes, but did play 33 minutes last game. I think he's a solid value as long as he can stay out of foul trouble. And I like Denny quite a bit as well. 4.5K is still too cheap for him, but no Porzingis probably plays close to 30 minutes. Good point per minute guy, good rebounder. I don't know if we can expect a double double again, but 4.5K is a little bit too cheap. I think the front court are definitely solid plays. The guards in Nunn and Wright, I think they're going to eat into each other, so I don't think I can really get to either of them. Let's move on to the Pelicans. So, for you guys that have been playing CJ every day at low ownership, how do you feel when Brandon Ingram comes back? He drops 50. How do you guys feel about that? For you guys that have been playing CJ every day and he just busted every day at low ownership, how do you feel? Brandon Ingram is back and he breaks the slate. How do you feel about that? But he's fine. Okay, it's a good spot. Don't love it, don't hate it. Ingram can't get to him at 7,500. He is on a minutes limit. Jonas Valanciunas' minutes are way down, so I think 7.2K is a little bit overpriced, but does have a ceiling when he's playing well. With Ingram back, I'm off the wings, so for me, just CJ at the top for the Pelicans. Let's go over to Sacramento. So, good spot here, pace up spot. Both teams play pretty fast here, so I like Sabonis for GPPs. Definitely had a bad game last game. This is his first game without a double-double in I think 25 games. So I like the spot. I don't like the spot against Gobert, but I like the pace-up spot here. I think this game is going to be super high scoring. So like Sabonis as a GPP play. I like Fox too as well as a GPP play. Fox thrives in fast-paced environments. So like Fox, like Sabonis. Barnes, Herter, Murray, the trio of the wings, they're going to play huge minutes as long as this game stays close. Don't have a favorite. I think Herter would be my favorite, but they're all in play. They just seem like safe options. Malik Monk, no thank you, and I'm not going to go to anyone else. Let's move on to Minnesota. So, another thing that I don't think people are going to realize here is the minutes on the main guys for the Timberwolves. Let's take a look at how much Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell is playing right now. Anthony Edwards played 36 minutes, and they got pulled with a minute to go. D'Angelo Russell played 37 minutes, also got pulled with a minute to go, if I recall correctly. I don't know why they're playing Nathan Knight 20 minutes when I play Rudy Gobert, so makes no sense. Kyle Anderson only 27 minutes. So with the minutes right now and them playing about 40 minutes a game in a pace-up spot against Sacramento, I think Ant still looks good at 9.4K. I think D'Lo still looks good at almost 7K. These two guys are going to run the show. Love the spot here against Sacramento. I do prefer D'Lo to Ant. I like Gobert once again. I don't think they're going to run Nathan Knight 20 minutes again, so I expect mid-30s minutes from Gobert. He definitely seems too cheap. I'll probably play him. He's probably going to bust. Kyle Anderson's okay. I think his performance tonight in only 25 minutes was definitely an outlier, but a very safe option, good cash game play. I'm not going to go to anyone else, though. Let's move on to Phoenix. So no Booker, no Payne, no Shamet, no Crowder. Chris Paul, I think, looks like one of the better mid-range plays on the slate. 38 minutes, 2 of the last 3 games. But when I play him in a phenomenal matchup, game was out. But still too cheap with no Book. Minutes huge. Shooting the ball a lot more against stuff stat sheet. Chris Paul looks great. Ayton, I think, is a solid play too. My only worry here is blowout, but phenomenal spot here up against Pirtle, Zach Collins, etc. So I like Ayton. Bridges, no. Cam Johnson played 33 minutes. If we get 33 minutes again from him, I think he's a little bit too cheap, so I do like Cam. Sarge, no. Craig probably plays 20, 25 minutes. Okay value play. And then I'm not going to go to anyone else. Let's move over to this team, man. This team, man. I mean, if the game stays close, it's got to be a big game from Keldon or Trey Jones, right? You would think, right? In play for GPPs, this guy, if I knew Pirtle would play over 30 minutes, he would be an amazing play even up against Aiden. But they're going to Zach Collins. He's always in foul trouble as well. They're dealing with blowouts, so Pretty much a roulette wheel with Jakob Pertl. Sochan, Richardson, Langford, questionable. If they're all out, Keita Bates-Diop, assuming he starts again, is going to be a good value play at 3.5K. And then Branham started last game. He would be playable. And then Zach Collins will probably play 20-ish minutes. Solid value, but I think will go a little bit overowned. But monitor the Richardson, Sochan, Langford news. Could have some value here for the Spurs. Lakers, complete cross-off here. LeBron's overpriced with AD back. AD not playing enough. Not going at anyone on Lakers. And then Boston. Another thing that I don't think people are going to realize is, let's take a look at the last game they played. So this is the importance, guys, of really looking at rotations after every game. Let's take a look at Malcolm Brogdon's rotation. Subs in the first, gets a short stint. Okay? Subs back in, gets another 5 minutes bit. Look at the second half. Plays 7 minutes and then plays another 6 minutes and then plays another 5 minutes and then plays all of OT. So Malcolm Brogdon, 30-ish minutes. Robert Williams, without OT, played 31 minutes. Where is... Okay, good enough. With this being said, if we're going to continue to get over 30 minutes from Malcolm Brogdon, I think he's a solid GPP play in a phenomenal spot up against the Lakers. So if you guys want a GPP play that I like each night, I think Malcolm Brogdon is going to be it for me tomorrow with no Marcus Smart. So I really like Brogdon for GPPs. He'll be low owned, in my opinion. I just think it's a really good spot. And if they're going to continue to play him almost 30 minutes, I think he looks good in this spot. Derek White's playable. Brown, Tatum, playable. Prefer Tatum to Brown. I definitely do like Tatum as a low owned spend up. And then Robert Williams played over 30 minutes. Was I looking at the wrong game? No, I wasn't, right? So yeah, he's playing about 30 minutes a game. Definitely has not been the same of last year, but I like the spot for him. With 80 back, it's fine. But in play for GPPs, another play that I don't think people are definitely going to be on. If he continues to get 30 minutes, he's too cheap. So this game did go OT, so he only 30 minutes in regulation. Same with Brogdon. So, yeah, I think that'll do it for Boston. Let's move over to Dallas. So, Luka Doncic on my best ball team. No one runs worse. Christian Wood out. Dinwiddie looks like one of the best plays on the slate. Going to be extremely, extremely popular. Going to be the clear number one on this team. Probably plays close to 40 minutes. He looks amazing. Tim Hardaway Jr. going to shoot the ball 20 plus times. Pretty much a black hole. He looks solid. Dorian Finney-Smith gets a usage bump. I don't think we can expect a double-double again, but he'll probably play close to 40 minutes. He looks like a good value. Dwight Powell probably plays 30, 35 minutes. He looks like a very good value play. Josh Green probably plays 30 minutes. He looks like a solid value play. So a lot to like with Dallas tomorrow. Let's move on to Utah. So Markkanen, I think it's a good spot for him. I like that the price went down. I do have some interest for GPPs. Clarkson, no. Olynyk will be back, so I'm off the bigs. Mike Conley, no. Beasley, Sexton, don't think we need to go there. So that was pretty easy. And then Toronto. No edge. I don't expect OG and Anunoby to play. So I like Toronto again tomorrow. I absolutely love Fred VanVleet once again for tomorrow. I know it's a different matchup, but the minutes. Just the minutes. The usage. The price is still down. So get Fred VanVleet in your lineup. Well, maybe it'll depend on roster construction, but I really like Fred VanVleet tomorrow. There's so many guards. Are you going to choose Chris Paul? Are you going to choose Fred? You're going to choose Dinwiddie? You're going to have to make some tough calls on the slate, but I think Fred looks really good. Siakam's okay. I think it's solid. Scotty, okay. Trent, okay. And then assuming Precious Achiuwa starts, I think he looks like one of the best value plays on the slate. He'll probably play high 30s minutes, good point per minute guy. He's just way too cheap. So I love Precious Achiuwa tomorrow if OG's out and he starts. And then Boucher would be playable at 3.6K. So a lot to like for me on Toronto. And then potentially a lot to like on Portland. So We have Nurkic questionable, we have Hart questionable. We'll go over it both ways. If they're both in, I still like Dame at this price tag. He's just doing everything for this team right now, and his peripheral stats are way up. Playing pretty much the most minutes out of anyone in the NBA right now with these 40-minute games. So Dame looks great. Nurk, okay, if you can stay out of foul trouble. I don't like the matchup. Simons, Grant, okay options. Don't love it either. Prefer Grant to Simons. Hart, super safe play at 5.1K, and that would be it. But if both Nurk and Hart are out, Drew Eubanks going to start. Going to be one of the better value plays on the slate. I would kind of like Jeremy Grant a lot if Nurk and Hart are out. I would like Jeremy Grant quite a bit. And then if Nurk is out and then Hart plays, I would like Hart quite a bit. I would actually like Hart a lot if Nurkic is out. Just his rebounding opportunities go way, way up with no Nurk. So I would like Hart quite a bit if he plays and Nurkic is out. And then, like I said, if Nurk and Hart are out, Drew Eubanks looks like a really good value. And then we'll just have to monitor who they start. They could do a number of things. They could throw Keon in. They could throw Gary Payton in. They could throw Nasir Little in. So we'll just have to monitor that. They wouldn't be good values. They would just be playable. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.